Hello everybody, I am Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. Today is it the 17th or the 18th? It's a Thursday and it's 11:59. We still have one more minute of morning left, so enjoy it. Enjoy it. That was good. Okay. So I was going through one of my old readings because I had a bushel of cards just sitting at my altar for months, and I decided to put it away, and they were set aside because I had to take a closer look at. Usually I put things aside like that when I need to do like thumbnails that I just kind of want to have like a finishing touch of a thumbnail, and artistically speaking, what the message might be, or what the message will morph into once I put it in visual terms. So I like doing that stuff for me. And if it's helpful for someone out there, then kudos too. Gosh, my mind is going a lot right now, and it's a good thing, but I know that some people are not able to follow the train of thoughts, but that's okay. It has nothing to do with intellect. It's just you get it or you don't, because you also understand the frequency. So for this particular one though, Omega Land Tarot, it told me to show you that side, Wheel of Fortune. I had it set aside, and it had to do with relationships and like what's living your best life, which relationships are like the best offerings to you right now. And they spoke of energy, so we didn't drop names or anything like that. It was more of the focus of the energy and reflective of ours, and just the awareness of what's going on around you. I had to set those aside for months because I had to take a closer look, noticing that the last pile wasn't the King of Cups, it was the Knight of Cups. And even though the meaning was still carrying through what was verbally spoken and within context, it's a closer... that's also a message to be aware of what kind of energies are presenting themselves, or would idealize, like the idealization from Knight to King energy, and the flexibilities between the two, because I always say that like the Knight of Swords is closest to the Emperor because of the King of Swords is closest to the Emperor. So understanding that lingo, and we can change suits at different and roles at different times, that there's still a thread of energy that moves from one place to another. So hopefully people can understand this, but okay, I'm trusting it. I trust that somebody does, because I'm going through the thoughts, and I know that I'm following them, and also the angels are helping me. So anyway, angels of love and light, I request your assistance, okay, in delivering a message. Oh my god, are you seeing that? It went onto my left thigh, and it did a little twirly thing, but it stood right up, and so I picked it up as it stood up, and it's the Lovers. What the heck? What? That's insane. How? So, I guess it's important to talk about this right now. And so I had to do like a careful examination, not just by that, because there's illusions, there's disguises, and there's transient energy that we need to understand within its own individual context, as well as how they kind of blend in together. So, my main concern was how it tied into a red flag from previous readings. That I know that I attract all kinds of energy, but that also includes ones that are very, very, they're very dangerous. It's not that they just have secret lives, but those that are the biggest secrets are the ones that can be the most detrimental, depending on like which party you're looking at. So I have to be aware of the energies that are in my premises, whether they're seen or unseen. And so I didn't want to take a look at it like immediately after, because I was doing like the most with like playlists, and there was just like I put a lot of work on my plate, and I over accentuated certain parts that I don't think was like, how do I say it, angels? With vibes with me intellectually, emotionally, or spiritually, or on any of those levels doesn't always translate the same for others. I just did a reading on TikTok or something about digestibility. So I just wanted to clean up a few things, because things are just starting to feel really cluttered, and I need to let go of some things, and I need to put things where they need to be appropriately. So there's different phases of things that I need to carry out. But like I said, like the angel said, everything is a blessing. So even if our responsibilities are feel like our chores feel cumbersome, excuse me, they don't have to feel like that, or like overwhelming to the extreme of being overwhelming. That they're blessings, because it gives us like working exercises on how to self-manage and to be patient with ourselves, that these things must be done, and what the consequences are if they're not done with more respect, so more punctually, done. So that is what I'm learning. Spirit says back to basics, and I'm trying so hard to, like, Spirit is so kind, so kind in repeating certain lessons, like telling me, if you don't listen, you're not going to go through the changes that you are due to make. And it's just so, I'm very thankful, because I always rationalize, just like a little, just can I just if I do this, can I just do that? Can I just is that okay? Is that okay? And Spirit, our energies could be committed to something far better than having to squeeze my way into a little mischief. Maybe it's not mischief always, but it's validating certain excuses. Is that the way to put it? Buying time. I feel like that's what's going on. So anyway, here we are. We got the Lover's card right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some refreshed energy here. do we want to ask the same question? Spirit says not to get like fixated on, certain things like this, that we need to make progress with what we're doing. So lovers in its most intimate setting, in its most microcosmic intimate setting, is like being right with ourselves. So I get hung up on that part where Spirit's telling me, like, us basically, that we need to let go of our obsessions, our like wants, our desires, those things that bind us to this alter reality of, if I get that, then I'll be happy. Like, we might not verbalize that, but internally that's what the gears are speaking of, like leading up to, like each notch. And so but it ends up being like a hamster wheel, right? It's this ongoing thing. So Spirit's like just saying, just be happy. Just be and be happy. And that is the key. I know that like everybody says it like here and there or whatever, but just, if you're gonna have one little takeaway that turns the key to everything, just be happy in your moment. Like, I know that some people are, skeptics, or, thinking about like the worst case scenario and like, how can you be happy there? No. Look at the gray area people, okay? Just like where we are right now. Just be happy. There's nothing to chase. There's nothing to like, how do you say it? Anticipate getting ahead of. Because I was getting like, do your homework and research on people and things and whatever. No, there's no chase to get ahead of things. Okay? Okay, so when it comes to that, that's what we're looking at. That's the energy card right there. I have it in my open notebook. I just did like a little, FaceTime interview thing. And, that went well. Decent. I'm not going to think too much over it. I'm not going to agonize over it, reassess myself, everything is pretty straightforward as far as what's conveyed. I can, look back at any given time and just see how I could have maybe improved certain things, or where the highlights were, like what my strengths were and all of that. Did it do the job? Did it like build anticipation, etc., whatever. And it's like, it's not a performance, okay? It's even though we are the presenters of our own stage, like the main character, and sometimes supporting actors or whatever, and sometimes just a prop. They told me to say that. That's funny. Or I said it and then they agreed that that's funny. It's just we said it together. Because I've lived that. I know what it's like to be a prop. My own prop as well as a prop for others, and that's sad, but that's a reality. So, or was a reality. So, whenever you have to, this is like a side off tangent thing, but whenever you have to communicate to someone, like, I'm tired of, being in a room where, or any situation where you're talking, and it could be about good stuff too, but it's like, you could be talking to a brick wall, you could be talking to anybody, but it doesn't feel like you're talking to me. You know what I mean? I'm tired of being a prop in your life, an accessory. And I'm just realizing that that's what you make me feel like. That's what you treat me like, moreover. And to have to verbalize that to someone, it's already like it's become so repetitive to put something like that into words, to have to figure out how to communicate that, is, you've gone through many cycles of that in order to elaborate in something that's very uncomfortable for both parties, to put it into a digestible format. That they've gone through a lot of that. And I can say I'm stronger now because I can feel when it used to make me cry. But now it's like I'm out of that. I'm out of that scene. So it's like almost like another world, like another life. So, what did I want to tell you out of that? That those realizations should come almost instantaneous to you, as far as when you're able to verbalize something and it's in the most concise and precise fashion, that that you've processed it so well, like within your higher self, that that's something not to ignore. Yeah. Because even after you speak it, it's like you have that transient like wow factor, that you've come to that level of comprehension and communication, but you're still going through this the process, so it's easy to write off by habit as far as like how far you've come. So I'm just telling you that because I'm told to emphasize that part. Okay, so so I did, as far as the interview went, I learned from a previous interview that it's best to like take a breather and not like, if you want to assess whatever happened, just do something else. Shake up the pot, okay? Shake up the kaleidoscope. Look at something, something else or whatever. And then you revisit and like, oh, I could have done that. I didn't, but we'll see what happens, And given those variables, it also like, throwing, all up in the air, it also tells you about how the recipient, the interviewer, the employer processes, what their decision making is like. How do I say it? It's hard to explain. You have to really be in tune with, it's not even just like turning on, turn off switch. You actually have to care. You have to know that you're working with other people and they have other stuff going on and they're not always like you. So, oftentimes they are not. That's just something also to look to, and they told me also to tell you that it applies to dating. So anyway, being happy, like being right with ourselves, like content, where when we go to bed, it's not because we're trying to sleep off something, but we're honoring the processes of our physical form and our our human form, the need for rest, like what is it, intermittent, what is it, periodic, let's say that, periodic Sabbath, right? Just we don't have to get all religious here, but we're just speaking of needing some like legit chill time. Okay, so we have Page of Swords. It hit my crystal and the edge of the notebook on the bottom right corner. Page of Swords. So this Page of Swords is sitting like it's an intern almost, but like a student, you know, a young learner. And we can all start from this point, you know, always something new to learn, okay? But instead of holding up the sword, it's pointed down, almost like king status. So it's a very matured way of handling oneself amidst chaos. So again, we're using the Omega Land Tarot. And to be able to be, you know, to just like have a resting point and honor that, and not be like in constant like defenses or LARPing position, or just like almost trigger happy with your sword of truth, you know, like the readiness also can be elaborated while in resting position. So that's excellent. I like that because it felt, like I said, on the crystal, which was like freaking powerful if I told you a little bit about. Sorry, I was getting an incoming call. No caller ID kind of thing. But anyway, the fact that it fell on the crystal, which was like highly influential within its power to move forward, in its ability to like enable one to move forward, like, yeah. And being on the bottom right corner, it's like it's a page turner. So this is great because this is a crossbow, and the fact that it's conveyed as a sword, is that it has long range abilities as well. So this is a matured Page of Swords, because when we work in far range, like distant battle, does that make sense? That means that when we're using this kind of weaponry and endowed with that we have better aim. There's more discipline with our shots. That it's not like just aimless, like, you know, within like a threatening type of like immediate threat. Yeah. So this is excellent. Yeah. Just in that alone. Great. So this page is able to see further out, is like not just a forward-looking person, but someone that can look on the horizon and assess the opportunities and the threats. So this is excellent. If you vibe with this, you know, that's excellent. I'm going to leave that right there where it fell. Is there anything else? Angels. Okay. 6 of coins came out like on my leg, but it was like standing up like that. So we'll take it like that. Okay. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like I need to get a little more context on that, being that it came out in reverse, like propped up, not just in reverse, but propped up. I feel like, yeah, this is focus, not just on what we can do, but because look at this. Okay, if it's propped up, it's focused in towards the person, the host, that's able to provide sustenance for others, to be like a leader that can that is able to welcome others and support them, support their journey. So if it's focused on that host or hostess, that we have to like be able to give back to ourselves. This is this is a very important part of our journey. This is a very important time in our lives, which if we had to hit the slow-mo button, it would be right at this very moment. And if you already hit the like slow-mo button, then great, you're doing great. That's just confirmation. We're not hitting the pause button. Again, it is slow motion. Okay, where we're able to slow down our own movements so that when we see the exterior, we're able to digest it in terms of like how a baby does, like a sponge for all activities and energies that are transpiring. And with that, everything is a resource. So it's like what Yoda does, not just to conserve energy to, conserve it for a time that it's most needed, but also the value in being able to digest everything. Look at everything in whole. And those that oppose the whole, that are conflicted from within. And that's why this is the primary card. Our core. That's what Spirit says. Because when you look at this again, we have 6 here, and it's elaborating here. So we may have master number 66 here, or I feel like 6116 because the 11 right there, and cornered by both ends of 6s. So I feel like angel number 6116 is very like it's definite on that, but it's important looking at the timing of the readings that I just put out on TikTok. They're not just fun, but there's also like meanings, snippets that I need to process. And I think TikTok has been a very valuable resource in being in was it the Kaizen approach, where you take fractions of everything, or of a certain project or whatever, make it more to be able to digest it within its fractions. Yeah. So why did we say that? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. Okay, angels. I don't remember why I said that, but that's okay. We got to the point of what and I see 007. Oh, yeah. Okay, so TikTok was able to provide that to me, those extensions, those realizations, but what were we pulling from TikTok, the learning, to drop into here? Because there was something, it wasn't just about the digestible forms. Giving back to yourself. Oh, like being like the starving on the plate. I feel like it was something else though, angels, that were also part of that picture, that we need to be able to digest, what's going on with ourselves, and during our alone time, the slow-mo, yeah. And yeah, I feel like that's legit. I have to write that down, number 6116. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I was wearing a shirt that was striped like his boxers. What does that mean though? Like that idiom where it's like wearing the pants, like the decision-making process of that is action-oriented. Well, because his pants are off and the shirt that I was wearing was collared and like red striped or whatever, it's saying like to take the pants off, to relax a little bit, and that executive decisions can also be, one of them can be like your chill time, that it's a necessity. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Okay. Anything else, angels? Oh wait, let me see. It looks like also this tender, from a distance also is wearing a striped red shirt. Okay. Anything else? Okay. The Knight of Coins. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Necessary stopping points yet again. Like, you are also one of them. Okay, you're doing it on your time, your break time. That's excellent. They're funny. It's quiet time. Yeah. So the Knight of Pentacles does take some time. It didn't want to go back in the deck. It's like, hold on a second. So they take the most time during their transits. Do you know why? It's because they're carrying valuables. Okay. The Pentacle energy is what is manifested. How do I say it? Like, they're also precious cargo, they realize. So they have like little pit stops here and there, or stopping points. They stop and smell the flowers, etc. So they're trusted with this valuable, this precious cargo. And because they are trusted, they are also trustworthy, which means that they value themselves in the picture. Okay. So it's not just a mission to be completed. They are also including themselves in it. Like, that's my per diem, in travel. Yeah, that's definitely, that's the per diem card. Yeah. Okay, so it came through 9 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it landed on the blue of my blanket. So that's the truth of it. We're no longer losing sleep over, we're not stressing about like the 3 of Swords that are coming at us, the nightmares, the bad juju stuff, This morning, this song came on. It's from Bass Nectar. It's Voodoo. I rarely ever hear it, but when it comes onto my playlist, like, that's one of the cues that I get when people are doing dark magic on me. Like, it's not like people who are unaware of it. No, these are people that are are practitioners, number one, or they're going to paid practices to do dark, like hoodoo, voodoo, woo-woo type of work on me. And I'm not supposed to indulge in the whys anymore. Like, that's their business. Like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna walk into their business and say, hey, what have you got here? Like, oh, look at this. No, that's their bullshit business that they, are opening up to the world. That's their energy, not mine. So Spirit just wants me, my team wants me to be aware of it, especially in times of decision making, and especially in times of like when I'm having to present myself, or assess myself even, during my alone and downtimes. Any room for questionability, like, they just want me to be aware of it so that I know what the possible influences are on the exterior. And because, like, right before I was doing this, I think it was before I did the interview, I felt a pinprick, like, again, in my elbow area. And I told my angels, I told Spirit about it. I mean, they know, but like, they know that they need to know that I need to know, and that I have to have, like, I have to be able to speak up for myself and talk to them about it before, you know, they do anything. That's not always the case. Like, it just depends on what type of threats are out there. But for that particular one, there are certain things that they want me to process within my own magic and ancestry in the moment, as like a working exercise, that they allow certain things to come through, but it's only to develop my skills and reconnect with past lives and ancestry and all of, you know, all of the abilities that are wanting to wake up from dormancy. So yeah, so when we look at this, it's like there's a 3 and then there's the 6 of swords. So we've already found calm waters, getting out of bed, and you know, it's like believing in your magic, getting out of bed. Okay, so much so that you can close your eyes and you can feel the energy coming at you, but you can also put a stop to it. It's like freeze mode, and they fall to the floor. It's like dropping the mic with your magic, you know, like, done. Give me a second. I'm being attacked right now, so just give me a second, okay? Someone's trying to latch onto my spleen area. I can feel it. Okay. I shall get a nice surprise. 10 of Wands. Okay. 10 of Wands. There are a lot of resources that we carry. A lot of weapons. Okay. The thing is that when we have this, it tells me that it's not like hoarding. It's not just for us. It's for a team that we anticipate meeting up with. These are not resources for ourselves, but a team that we are intending to cross paths with, to build. So what else do you want to say from that, Spirit? King of Wands in reverse and World in reverse. If this is the same person here based on the facial features, which is also the same in here. Yeah, the same kind of like mustache thing going on, like brown hair. Okay. This has been a long journey that has compromised our spirit, yet things are changing. Like we're seeing it in progress, like not just groundbreaking, but like breaking down barriers. Okay, it's not yet the closure of a cycle, but we can see that happening like before our eyes. So this is not all for nothing. Like the burdens that we've carried, the responsibilities that we've shouldered, our vision that felt maybe lofty at first is not it's not all for nothing, because look, this is in progress. These both came in the, like, these two, and I remember these, and maybe this, I think, also came in that reading. But these two came together almost side by side. So if that resonates with you, then you might want to go back to that reading. This was within the second or third pile. I have to check back on my notes. But yeah. When we look at that, both of them are like in hanged man mode, like in its most, like, because of the context in all of this, it's not saying that they're like, how do I say it, in limbo doomed. This is more of an intentional state of mind of how we choose to project ourselves, which is a little bit within our muted form of energy in choosing to be in hanged man status. Realize what the world has done, what it has taught us, and what it is teaching us now in this very moment. So upon the closure of cycles, we can see many things happening. And although what used to dampen our spirits, it's now like we're just kind of our spirit is digesting, like doing its homework internally, like subconsciously, on what it's teaching us here. And it's not the this act of like chaos isn't how do you say it, angels? This act of chaos isn't meant to divide. It's meant to bring our likeness together in its most elevated fashion. We're not just bringing ourselves up, we're bringing up each other. And it's like we're raising a community. It's not just raising ourselves. So overall, this is evolution as a whole. This is culturally speaking, cultural evolution. So it's not just a revolution, it's evolution. Because the way we grow should not be like considered just every man for himself kind of deal. No. This is a meetup. You know, when you meet up halfway with your divine team, with the angels, so that they can they can see living proof that you've done what you can, and almost like expanded, like broke down barriers of what you thought to be possible. But close to that finish line, you're meeting up with others who have done the work too. That's excellent. I mean, we all have still have learning to do, but that's excellent. Okay. Top 6 of Wands. It's victory. We win. What? Why is my... Something flew on my... That was weird. That was weird. What was that? I don't know. But it's 6 of Wands. It's victory. Look at that. There's a lot of meaning tied to this. A lot. In this particular card, the way it's drawn. Because when you question it, okay, so it's 6 of Wands here. There's 5 people though. What does that imply? That we are that, like, and these are the bad guys shot down. Does that imply that we're the bad one? It implies that energy is transient, and while we're the only ones that survived out of the 2, we were able to resolve like the darkness within, and so what this really means is that there's victory, but there's also inclusion of those that, you know, have faced darkness. So it's ultimately like with ourselves, the 4 of Wands. Do you see what I'm saying? The 4 of Wands is victory on the home front. It is the 11-11 energy. It's kinship. It's self-actualization. I want to show that to you here, to any newbies, and you know, even those who are not newbies. It's just a reiteration of, you see that? And then right behind that card was the High Priestess, and then the 10 of Pentacles. And what did we want to show behind that? The Empress. What the frick? It was just like kind of peeking out like that. That's insane. Spirit keeps reminding, and then the back card, like jagged, is 7. The Chariot. And on pause, like, so it's showing us like everything carries a message, like the way it's, you know, I mean, I just pulled it out of here, and so it's building new establishments, like with the right foundations. It's not just, how do I say it? It's both discerning and deciphering. So I think what comes first is discerning, because you have that role of ethics and logic and understanding, like working with the intangibles of what's possible versus what's not, what seems impossible. Because again, we're looking at that highlighted card right there. So and then once you kind of like get your like elbows like down in, you know, your hands deep, like elbow deep, then you can really decipher, because you're working with the resources that are that hold more integrity, that you've already like verified and validated with the divine. So that's excellent. Okay, is there anything else? It's 12:49 on the clock. I feel like I've spent quite a bit on here. Okay, what fell on the Nine of Swords in reverse are the Five of Cups muted, Judgment muted, and Temperance muted. Okay, so this is good because we're saying goodbye to old times, like within our private ways, like our private fashion. We might not like have that exit interview where we shake hands and have those formalities, but it's just a letting go of like old times. Yeah, old togetherness times, you know. And so Judgment is karmic, so it's and Temperance is also a very internal process. And being that both were muted, it's like Spirit is offering help privately, like because you have like gone through this scope. Spirit is like, we're not, Spirit is seeing, like, offering a helping hand, you know. You know, like, do you see that here? Okay, so this is, you know, the natural like Four of it's, how do I say it? It's like the Four of Cups here with the green canteens. If you just look at the green canteens, it's the Four of Cups, which is like, it's apathy, it's boredom, it's like feeling meh when, you know, the Three of Cups are down, just like empty, like nobody's celebrating you, things are just like not like within their joyous occasion, just like bleh, jaded, whatever. But on the side, while you're sitting underneath a tree, Spirit is handing you that cup, like, hey, there's something still to be happy about, like have a drink. Maybe you're dehydrated, you know, you're not thinking that you're, oh my God, that's funny. Spirit's like thinking the best of us. But in that same aspect where Spirit is like handing over that cup to you, again, we're going to look at another four, because I really do want you to see it and visualize what that like means, like in its fullest form. Like I know that you're smart enough to be able to see that, you know, based on the description. But if you like see it like as a motion picture, your Spirit trying to hand it over, but there's like three cups, like, oh, nobody wants to play with me or whatever. Sometimes the Three of Cups are fallen in some images, but it's like, nobody wants to play with me, you know. But Spirit is handing over that cup. And when you look at this, the Four of Cups right there, based on the green, I know this is a 5-1, the canteen is there, you know, sharing the canteen because the blue, I'm just noticing this now, the blue and the red and the blue and the red, so they're sharing canteens, okay. But oh gosh, there's so many messages. Okay, so let's stick to what we need to. So 4 there. We are also a canteen. Do you see that? Spirit values us like massively. Then Spirit is like picking us up, like this is like an inverse type of equation. That's interesting. So Temperance is alchemy, the fluidity within when it's muted. It's for this context is understanding like when you're balancing like an equation within its liquid form, that it's unmixable, like unmixable, how do I say it? Once it's mixed, you can't unmix it, kind of thing. I mean, there's substances like oil and water, you know, that are different, but it's, there's more than 2 ingredients involved in all of this. So, it's, and it's also like the right amount. How do I say it? So how does that relate to here? Because there's a lot of messages. Intuitively speaking, this also speaks of, you know, relationship-wise between masculine and feminine. Being that I told you about the 4 of Cups, like, and the green, like picking that up to give to this person, right? So picking up this person to give to this person to alchemize. And this alchemize, you know, thing is not just for self. It's obviously for the whole. I don't know why I'm getting something like getting somebody involved. Spirit wants me or us to get somebody involved. More involved anyway. Okay, I'm looking at it upright. Okay, so on its private basis, like muted form, Spirit is picking us up, offering a helping hand, so that we can alchemize and build sustenance for the future, for today and the next tomorrows. That is what Spirit is doing. When we choose to say goodbye to old things, old ways, we're able to do that. It's because victory is not just like, victory is a snapshot, okay? To maintain that glory, there's follow-up exercises that need to come into place to build stronger establishments. It's not just the clearing of like yucky stuff, but yeah, also the follow-up exercises. Okay, I think, you know, that might be it. I'm gonna go ahead and do bananagrams and dice real quick, I think. So just give me a second. Is there anything else that you want to say, angels? Okay, Queen of Swords. Yep. Got it under control, Spirit says. Most definitely. There's, I don't know what else to say. Like, she's got it under control. Like, logistically speaking, with everything, what she's communicated, like the game plan, where to meet up, you know, this is where to handle that and get that. These are where these people are, and those, you know, like, logistically speaking, we're sound. Spirit saying that. So give me a second. Bottom of the deck is 10 of coins. Yeah. 10 of coins. That's excellent. This is excellent. I don't even know what to say. Okay. I'm speechless. Okay, give me a second. There's a lot going on there. did I show you my thing there? Okay. I pulled out my Star Wars dice that I've had for quite a while, but I haven't used it yet. That's probably what you heard in the background. So we're going to use Magick. We're going to use... Thank you, angels, by the way. Ancestors of love and light. Angels of love and light, thank you. What's this one? I don't know. It's a mix of some things. They feel like basics, so let's just do that. Because we're back to the basics, okay? And we're going to put the Queen of Swords and the bottom of the deck, which is 10 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Swords, I was just called to this as number... Oh, hi! You're busy. I'm glad to see that you're alive. 13 is the Death card, so about transformation, okay? So, Magick and whatever's in this thing. Oh my goodness, okay. Which version is this? Because I didn't know. I just wanted to get a variety a while back. But I don't know which one this is. I don't know, but that's okay. All right. Let's put this here. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Input. Okay. Most of it drifted on the forward side, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, okay? Oh, gosh, I have to lean forward. I could do it. Doing it. Yeah, okay, we did it. Okay. So X marks the spot, which is like the joined part. The top right corner is usually the part where our eyes float to as far as marketing terms like research. When we're flipping pages through a book or magazine, it goes to the top right corner. So essentially we're looking at time and the process of healing, but there's hope underneath that. What is that? So this time it is, 4 o'clock? Why are there 4? So I think maybe that points back to here. It's time to really look at this energy, especially, and this energy. So at the tail end there. The bees, the stingers are like moving on out. Because the stinger is most accentuated there. So, it's done its job, somewhat damaged in being able to connect these two cards, because we're, repairing the wound. So there's a scarab there. So we're looking at the beetle spirit totem, because it's at the top, at the pinnacle, not touching any of the cards. I would say that's very much of definitely a totem, and because it's at the very top, I feel like that's an Egyptian tie, which I usually get in my readings. But I didn't know that we had one of these here. It looks like at the center at the head, it's like an acorn. An acorn is, in witchy terms, I think a form of abundance. You have to look at that. I'm not 100%, like there's so many things that you can learn there. Alien, so this is telling me, oh my gosh, what? Okay, wait. Yep, Egyptian, definitely, because it's forward, like top still, accentuated even. And so gifts are coming from the divine, our ancestry, past lives, and it's bringing us hope for healing in the recovery process. So remember when I said that our divine team is coming in with help. We saw this van, and like we just didn't see it yet, but now I think we're starting to see the signs of it, and we are no longer conforming or conformists, and we're due to change the world. Like it's on our shoulders, like the 10 of Wands there. Sorry, you saw my notes there. Okay, and then so as far as aliens, I guess we're no longer feeling, this is a little contradictory. Like if we're not being conformists anymore, just like doing what we're told and what's fed to us, it's like we're no longer feeling alien anymore or alienated. So there's a lot of inclusion despite not being like not having to conform. So let's pop the lid on this little Star Wars thing. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so I just pulled 3 out. I don't know. Okay. Why did it come out like that? Do I need to do another shake up? Okay, let's just read it as is first, because I just feel like that's okay, because I feel like there's haters, so there's maybe some interference. Okay, so R2D2 is here next to the sheep. R2D2 is a good companion, technical, one who wears many hats. Chill, definitely more chill than C3PO. Okay, so with muted form, we have to be our own like best friends and like fluid like communicators, like efficient communicators. Like what we're processing is legit. Okay, so Darth Vader alongside, I think there's always going to be that element that's like lingering over, especially within our 10 of coins unit. This is the most abundant, okay? But remember, this is Anakin underneath, truly, Luke and Leia's father. So, there's goodness that comes out of, all of, what transpires. So just to believe that, focus on this. And then here, Stormtrooper, I was like, why did it fall on the Queen of Swords? But I think it's just that there are many of us like this, at heart. Yeah, that get fired up, really. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do another shake up just because I feel like maybe there was just a little, it just felt like a dead drop, Okay, so that makes more sense. Yeah, C3PO is often alienated, just because of like the random awkwardness, uptight ways. So why is that at the bottom? Okay, so this is shoot, I forgot his name. Bounty hunter guy. Darn, I don't remember. Sorry. My brain is flushed because like I can't put, I don't know how to name this. But it looks like he's wearing sunglasses, like shades, like he's finally like cool, chill. And also illuminated. So it's not having to put a price on everything, I feel like, with what you're doing. Is that right? That's what my gut feeling is. Especially when you're having to internalize this, like visualize it, because it's kind of muted. It's not having to put like a dollar value on everything that you consider to be abundance. Yep. That's where it is. That's how it is. That's where it is. Give me a second to put this down. Excuse me. Now it's bananagram time. Okay. What is it, Spirit? What is it now? Okay. We're going to use this, but we're not going to put it in the go time bowl. We are going to put it... Oh, this is heavy. Where the World card and the King of Wands is. Okay, 2 fell. B and A. Maybe looking at plan A and plan B or going like one step at a time, A to B, you know, whatever. So what do we have? What letters do we have here? F-E-L-E, so we've got feel. L-D-I. L-D-I is an acronym for something. I don't know what. Q-A, ask questions, you know, and also to be able to answer to them. You're, you know, internalize, like be able to go like silent and ask the question yourself and be able to answer them without all the noise. So A, then I have D-A-X, L-F, B-V-E, V-M-E-Y. 2 V's. Indeed. Dolly. So there could be like Salvador Dali, maybe abstract ways of thinking, maybe almost extremist. But I also have, when we combine it, I can spell it separately, but Dalai Lama. Let's see what that looks like separately first. Yeah, I don't know why I have that, but messages are strong for that. DF for divine feminine. We also have divine masculine here. We have I have Ivy. I don't know why I have Ivy, but I have Ivy. I'm going to connect them because I feel like I have more that I need to work with here. Levy. I have Belly. I remember that being like an old movie with DMX. I have DMX here. I don't know. Maybe that means something for someone. I don't remember seeing the whole bit of it, just like the beginning part. I don't know. I only really watch like sci-fi type of movies. Like, I don't know. Drama and like action aren't really like my biggest, I don't know. Sometimes even comedy isn't like my, I don't know. So we'll have EQ for emotional intelligence. But belly, okay, so maybe we're looking at our digestion as well. If we're not looking at the movie, we're looking at our digestion, like our diet, our intake, and what houses that area. So our solar plexus chakra, you know, a bit of it, but mainly our sacral chakra, you know, kind of within that area, within that zone. What drives us, what ignites us, what we identify with. I also have Felix the cat. I don't know why I'm getting that though. That's kind of transient. I don't know why I would get that. Maybe some of you are witchy and you have a cat named Felix, or you vibe with that old cartoon. I have flex. I have devil. I have dev. I have right here. Diva, like the spirits, like, you know, divine spirits, like fae type of spirits, I think. Goddess type of energy. But I also have diva, like D-I-V-A instead of D-E-V-A. But I think D-E-V-A is very right for this. Yeah, so some of you might be working with those energies, but like we're working with very like multi-dimensional cosmic forces that are contributors to this realm of our life. To be so to be ignorant of those energies, those higher forces, it's foolish to think that we just did it on our own. Like, we've known the hardships within its most intimate frequencies, and to take full credit for that is bullshit to the divine. I will say it for them. So I see fly, flex, Bev. Maybe somebody's name is Bev, like Beverly. Flex. So it's not just about being flexible, but like when you show up for yourself in full, it's very much like a coveted quality that is like you can put more than on your like resume, your spiritual resume. That it's something very obvious in its live form, that you don't have to even speak about it, that it's obvious. It's the work there is just like what you've produced from it is obvious. Okay. Okay, what else? Okay, so we have just be. There could be so many here, though. There's something that I'm not seeing here. Sorry about that. There's something that I'm not seeing here. That's so weird. I know Dalai Lama, like if I got both words on it, and I've never gotten that before, it's supposed to stay there. It's definite. I don't know. There's just like so many repeats in here, like E's and V's and D's, that it's just like I'm not, and F's, like it's confusing me a little bit. It's confusing me. I'm seeing elf. Yeah, I'm seeing elf. Yeah, so different worlds. And you know, there's helpers also. Bye. Oh, there's something I'm not understanding here. I don't know. I feel like Diva is correct, though. Give me a second. Okay, so 5. We'll just take the V as 5. Okay, so 5 is the Hierophant, which is a teacher, a traditionalist. When it's an upright, but they stand true to form within their principles and abide by the rules. Rules are in place